Meanwhile, Sakamoto's emotions overflowed upon hearing Ubakata's words. He tried not to cry, feeling incompetent and his whole body trembled. However, they didn't blame him at all. Seeing them, he felt their winning spirit hadn't faded. He resolved to put in his full effort, not for himself, but for his team. Hearing this, Ubakata grabbed his collar and told him to cry, saying it would relieve his sorrow. As long as he didn't give up, he should live freely. Since his friends hadn't blamed him, he shouldn't bear such a burden. Upon hearing this, Sakamoto remembered his teammates, their encouraging words bringing him to tears, as if all his pent-up sorrow was finally released. Sakamoto then started jogging with determination to escape the shadow of defeat. Suddenly, he met Shizu. Seeing him train so hard, Shizu remembered his previous loss. She didn't want him to be sad like this, so she invited him to the night festival. That night, Shizu wore a beautiful kimono, which made Sakamoto go crazy with admiration, praising her repeatedly. Shizu reminded him of old times, cautioning him not to get lost again like he did as a child. Sakamoto became embarrassed. She then recalled when Sakamoto used to play water polo and wear her cross, which his friends also teased him about. Poor Sakamoto felt quite embarrassed remembering all this. He then arrived at a noodle shop where Kimishita was making noodles. Seeing Sakamoto, he quickly urged him to buy some. Sakamoto bought the noodles and handed them to Shizu. Two of his senior teammates followed behind, talking to him. Shizu was happy that Sakamoto had made so many friends. She consoled him for his loss, knowing he was a very responsible person. Her words lightened Sakamoto's heart, and he promised to become better and better. Shizu then asked him to catch fish from a goldfish shop, but he was quite scared, not thinking he could do it. Shizu remembered that actually, it was she, not Sakamoto, who had gotten lost at the fair as a child. Sakamoto had encouraged her and sent her home. She was getting emotional thinking about all this when Sakamoto caught a goldfish. He accepted Shizu's compliment and was then dragged away by some boys. The boys had accidentally broken Kimishita's stall and needed to fix it, so they grabbed Sakamoto to help. But before leaving, Sakamoto tried to teach them how to learn more efficiently. Kyusu told him not to act so knowledgeable. Hearing this, Kimishita got quite angry. Kimishita was one of the top second-year students, so he took it upon himself to teach the boys. He started teaching them, showing off his pen tricks. Sakamoto also supported Kimishita and helped him teach. Then a boy complained that Jin was playing instead of studying. Seeing this, Kimishita got very angry and was about to hit him. But then, Jin showed his academic achievements, astonishing everyone. He was very good at studying. Kimishita asked him what he was doing there if he was so good at studying, to which Jin replied that he was just there to have fun. Kimishita then sent him back home. During summer vacation, Sayazaki's team went to Kagoshima Station for 5 days and 4 nights of practice. As always, Sayazaki's team was the center of attention among the other teams, especially their champion Captain Mitsugi. Kyusu and Sakamoto were very excited to be there. They thought they would have a lot of fun. But then, Ubukatsu told them that all the strong teams were participating this year, so she hoped no one would slack off during practice. On the training ground, the coach started to motivate his team. Captain Mitsugi also told the first years that it didn't matter if they were in the starting lineup or not, but if they showed their full determination and efforts, one day they would definitely make their place in it. Hearing this, the first years rejoiced and promised to practice with full sincerity and one day surpass their seniors and take their place. Then, Sakamoto was reminded that he could take Kitai's position. Hearing this, Kitai got very angry and headbutted him. Yuzu calmed him down and explained that taking Kitai's position wouldn't be easy because he was a very talented player on this team. The opening match between Basso and Sayazaki's team began. Basso's number 10 started carefully observing Sayazaki's team, but by the time the halftime whistle blew, they had already conceded 3 goals to Sayazaki's team. Captain Mitsugi scored 2 goals, and Jin scored an unbelievable goal. The coach decided to bring in some reserve first-year players, and Sakamoto was given the opportunity to play in Kitai's place. But Kitai didn't want that. As a result, a big argument started between the coach and Kitai. Sakamoto was worried seeing Kitai struggling with the opponent's defense. Kimishita told him that Kitai, despite being one of Sayazaki's 3 attacking spearheads, had scored very few goals, and that was because he was so eager to score that he drew the attention of the opposition's defenders, which created a lot of space for Jin and Mitsugi. Therefore, the best way for him to improve would be to be patient. Meanwhile, Kitai passed the ball to Captain Mitsugi. The captain dribbled past the defender for a while and then passed the ball back to him. Then, Kitai quickly dribbled the ball past the goalkeeper and took a brilliant shot, scoring a goal. Everyone was astonished to see this. Kitai was also overjoyed. But then, the coach decided to rest him and put Sakamoto in. Hearing this, Kitai screamed with such sorrow that the team had to drag him out to remove him. Sayazaki had put 4 new players into the match, and Sakamoto was one of them. Seeing his close friends on the field, Sakamoto resolved to win this match at all costs. Then, when the whistle blew, he started running. He ran behind the ball, but the opponent didn't give him a chance to touch it. Still, Sakamoto continued to follow the ball. Seeing him, the fans in the opposition team were surprised. But still, Sakamoto's efforts were no match for the opponent's dribbling, and the opponent scored a goal. Sakamoto was confused about what was happening. The coach said that just running alone behind the ball wasn't enough. In the previous match, his move was successful because Jin had attracted the opponent, and if he missed the ball, Mitsugi was supporting him and Kimishita was watching the passing. They further said that the reason for him playing this match was so that he could understand his shortcomings and improve them. Meanwhile, the opposite team scored another goal. The substitute players were in a bad state. Sakamoto didn't know how to win this match now. Then, Kyusu asked Sakamoto the reason for such a big difference between his and Kimishima's playing styles. So why such a difference? Sakamoto said Kimishima was better than him, but Kyusu thought he just needed to control the ball and shoot well at the right time. The other 2 players also started understanding their shortcomings. Well, after this conversation, their confidence was regained, and they were determined not just to play the match, but to win it. Sakamoto's face showed even more hunger for victory than before. Kyusu's group found a large bra in the washroom. They were quite happy to find it and wondered whose it could be. They were sure it wasn't Ubakata's. They were happily talking when Ubakata caught them behind and gave them a beating. Then she called all the first years together downstairs and said that she didn't understand how they could be happy about their victory when all the work had already been done by the seniors in the first half. Then she noticed that Sakamoto wasn't there. Then Kyusu told her that he had gone to meet the 3rd-year senior. Meanwhile, Sakamoto went to meet Hiwata, who was watching the match video. Sakamoto hesitantly said that he had heard he had the match tape, so he had come to get it for a while. But Hiwata told Sakamoto to sit there and watch the tape. While watching the match, Hiwata said that he had watched this match tape 3 times. By watching it, he was trying to learn from his mistakes and improve them so that he could secure his place in the team. Hearing this, Sakamoto also said that he also wanted to play like Kitai, because after all, he was his reserve player. At this, Hiwata punched him hard and said that if he were Kitai, he would have dodged there. He forbade him from imitating others' play and giving him the videotape said that he should choose his own playing style and improve it. The next morning, the coach said that they would keep the same formation as the previous day. Knowing that the first years had not performed well yesterday, Sakamoto was moved to the central back position, which surprised Sakamoto. He asked the coach for the reason, but the coach didn't give him any explanation. They just wished him good luck and left. Saizaki's second match began. They were facing Zenko High School. Sakamoto was assigned the task of marking the opposition striker, but by the time break again, he had already given the opposition a chance to score. But luckily, Hiwata came at the right time and blocked the ball, and showcasing his amazing defensive moves, single-handedly destroyed the opposition's attacking moves. Everyone was surprised to see this. During the break, when one of the opposition team's players was injured, Hiwata looked a little worried. He thought that if his team continued to play like this, they would definitely lose. Then his teammates came to him and started asking him many questions. Hearing this, Hiwata got confused. Then Hiwata solved everyone's problems one by one and gave them a compact training session. Then he created a very good game strategy. Sakamoto asked him how to defend effectively. At this, Hiwata told him that he would have to read his opponent's mind and find out their moves. Only then would he be able to stop them. The seniors sitting outside were very impressed by Hiwata's understanding. Hiwata had always been very self-conscious. He might have failed to compete with others due to his short stature, but he never gave up, and he was working as a pillar of the team today. Seeing this, they began to understand why the coach had chosen Sakamoto as the central defender. But Yuzo also felt that the coach's real aim was to train Sakamoto's skills. Sakamoto was still marking number 10, but this time he did exactly as Hiwata had taught him. Read his opponent's mind and keep a little distance from them, because if he got too close, the opponent could trick him and take the ball forward. But even then, number 10 managed to pass Sakamoto with his fast speed, which caused a little stir among the Sayazaki players, and Hiwata even gave Sakamoto a flying kick for this. He told him to defend without carelessness. Following his words again, Sakamoto again went after number 10, and this time he was largely successful in stopping him. He started understanding all his tricks and tried to confuse him as much as possible. This made number 10 quite uncomfortable, and he slapped Sakamoto. But Sakamoto didn't stop at this, but continuously used his defensive techniques. Then, taking advantage of the opportunity, he snatched the ball from his grasp. Seeing this, Kitai got scared that Sakamoto might actually take his position, so he started cheering for the opposite team, which made his other teammates very angry at him. Sakamoto kept running throughout the match to snatch the ball from every player of the opposition team and succeeded in doing so. Seeing his amazing growth, Yuzu said that what the coach had thought had come true. That night in the cafeteria, the coach asked Sakamoto if he liked playing defense. Sakamoto was about to say something, but then he ignored it and said that tomorrow he would play in the forward position. Hearing this, Kitai's patience broke and he tried to tie a rope around his neck. But fortunately, his teammates stopped him from doing so. During the strategy meeting, the coach decided to try new players as well as new formations in the next match, which made the seniors feel that they would surely lose the match now. So, they threatened the juniors and warned them to play well. But Sakamoto was disappointed. He quietly walked away from there. Jin saw him leaving. Running, Sakamoto started thinking about his teammates. He thought about all those who had helped him. He felt very bad thinking that his old friends wouldn't be able to play with him anymore. He wanted to play with everyone as before. He started crying. Then, Jin came there. Both of them sat on the railing by the sea and shared their thoughts. Jin didn't talk about fitting into the team or not fitting in, but rather, he started talking about 4 months ago when they first met each other. He said that he liked meeting him and playing with him very much. Whatever happens in the future, it won't affect their friendship. Saying this, he left from there. Hearing his words, Sakamoto realized something. The next morning, Sakamoto looked very excited and energetic for his match, which surprised everyone. Then he went to Jin and bowed to him, thanking him because of him he had found his answer. The next match between Saizaki and Yushin team began. About 25 minutes had passed. Meanwhile, Mizuki got a golden opportunity and took a powerful shot, but the opposite team's goalkeeper saved it. But before the goalkeeper could breathe, Jin took another shot, which the goalkeeper also saved with great difficulty. Ubakata couldn't believe that Saizaki's team had scored 2 goals in only 20 minutes. She told the coach that their team was much stronger than the opposite team. They weren't even able to attack. Meanwhile, Mizuki got another opportunity on the field and made a brilliant hit, but the goalkeeper also saved it with great difficulty. Seeing these scenes, the Yushin team's coach asked his assistant about the match status. The assistant said that Seizaki's team had taken a total of 15 shots so far. Meanwhile, the Yushin team's goalkeeper couldn't understand what was happening. Although they knew that a team qualifying for the national level could come here and their strong defense was ready for it, what was happening? How was the ball reaching Saizaki's players every time? How were their waves crashing their players? He carefully watched all the players' moves. Then his eyes fell on Sakamoto, who was running after the ball the whole time and snatching the ball from them and immediately passing it to his team's player. He understood that Sakamoto was behind this wave of Saizaki. Meanwhile, Hiwara believes that Sakamoto repeatedly getting the ball is due to his defensive strategy. He doesn't take the ball forward to score, but passes it to his teammate as soon as he gets it. Hearing this, Ubakata is completely shocked that a striker can play like this. Even the star players of other school teams appreciate Sakamoto's ability. While playing, Sakamoto remembers something from his childhood when he took his mother out in a wheelchair. He had a lot of difficulty pushing her wheelchair, and passers-by were also obstructing his path. He got very angry about this. Then his mother explained to him that people behave this way unknowingly because they are also very busy themselves. She said that we should put ourselves in others' shoes and have empathy for them because kindness is strength. Her teaching still gives Sakamoto strength, with which he slides and passes the ball to Mizuki, and Mizuki scores a hat-trick goal with a brilliant header. Everyone, including the coach, feels very proud seeing Sakamoto's dedicated sportsmanship. Finally, Saizaki's team wins the match with complete dominance. All the team members cannot stop praising Sakamoto's play, while all the other teams also feel that this team is really dangerous after seeing Saizaki's performance. During the strategy meeting, Yuzu started discussing their next team, Sakan. This team was very strong and had not lost any match so far, especially their captain Tasa, who was an even better player than Kichai. Hearing Yusu's name, Sakamoto remembered losing the previous final, while Kimishita got angry because he also played in the same position, but last time his opponent had completely defeated him. Then Hiwara poured water on Kimishita to calm him down. Meanwhile, Captain Mizuki accidentally went into a dark room where he saw Tasa kissing a girl. He was about to leave quietly when Tasa stopped him. Coincidentally, Kimishita was also passing by and overheard their conversation. He was shocked to learn that Mizuki had admitted that Kimishita was not as good a player as Tasa. Hearing this, Kimishita left with a sad heart. On the other hand, when Kichai came out of the public bath, he saw the Sakan team's center-back player. He teased Kichai, saying that Sakamoto, player number 17, was an even more formidable player than him.
Hearing this, Kichai angrily chased him but accidentally hit the ceiling and fainted. When he regained consciousness, he saw Sakamoto in front of him and angrily headbutted him. On the other side, Yuzu and the coach were strategizing for the match. Meanwhile, Jin was competing with his opposing striker in the sauna to see who could stay there longer. Seeing both of them, the whole team was excited, but when the door opened, they saw that both of them had fainted. The next day, the match started with full enthusiasm. Both team strikers were provoking each other. Kimishita's behavior towards Captain Mizuki was a little strange. Meanwhile, Sakamoto was cheering everyone up. Although Kichai ignored him, the rest of the players were happy and the coach was also encouraging them. As soon as the match started, the Sakan team took control of the ball. The ball was with Tasa and two Saizeki players were trying to snatch it, but he maintained control of the ball very easily. He kicked powerfully and the ball rapidly moved towards the goalpost. Then Himura jumped into the air, adjusted the ball, and scored a goal, beating the goalkeeper. Seeing this brilliant move, Saizeki's team was stunned. After scoring the goal, Himura took off his jersey and started celebrating. But the coach nudged him and told him that this goal would not be valid because the linesman had signaled offside. In fact, Yuzu had already adopted the strategy of advancing the defense, which created an offside trap. Although Himura's brilliant skill impressed the first-year players, Sakamoto replied that their team also had a super-fast first-year genius, Jin. Yuzu deliberately provoked Jin not to let the opposing team dominate. Hearing this, Jin's blood boiled. As soon as he got the ball, he showed his fast dribbling skill and took a powerful shot. The goalkeeper somehow managed to stop the ball, but the other players were stunned to see that this was a battle between two first-year geniuses, Jin and Himura. Kimishita took a corner kick and crossed the ball into the penalty area. Kichai tried to head the ball, but Higuchi pushed him, making him miss the header. Kichai was about to hit him in anger when the coach stopped him. After this, Higuchi continuously teased Kichai, which made him angry. At first, it seemed like Kichai had calmed down, but the next moment he angrily took a powerful kick, which hit the crossbar and went out. Seeing this, Kimishita lost faith in Kichai. Meanwhile, the ball bounced back and Jin snatched it. Amara had already sensed this move. Jin faced Tasa, but he easily bypassed him and rapidly moved towards the goal. Then a woman holding an umbrella appeared at the edge of the field, which suddenly gave Jin energy and he scored an excellent goal, giving Saizeki's team the lead. After this, Himura carelessly served the ball, which Jin quickly snatched, and the match reached an exciting turning point. Suddenly, injured Jin tried to stand up and said that he was fine. The team got a free kick. Everyone thought that Kichai would take this free kick because his face looked very tense, but to everyone's surprise, Jin took the free kick with his left foot and scored a brilliant goal. Everyone was surprised to see this because no one knew that Jin could also score with his left foot. After this goal, the Sakan team was trailing by 2 goals. Ubakata was worried because the opposing team usually scored at the end of the first half. Then Jin again took the ball and moved towards the opponent's goal and shot, but this time the goalkeeper saved it. The referee blew the whistle for the end of the first half. All the players ran out to celebrate happily, but Sakamoto looked at Jin with worried eyes because he had shot with his left foot. Jin saw his mother and moved towards her and greeted her. The coach decided to keep the same formation for the second half, but Sakamoto realized that Jin was injured. Jin told Sakamoto to keep quiet and try to play, but Sakamoto shouted loudly and told the coach about Jin's injury. Everyone was surprised to hear this. Then Jin also had to admit that he was injured and whispered in Sakamoto's ear that he would not betray him. Ubakata was upset hearing their conversation, but when the coach told Sakamoto to go on the field, he was not discouraged, but was filled with even more enthusiasm. Himura was disappointed because he was the team's main striker, but he had achieved nothing in the first half. Moreover, a new player, Jin, had shone brightly. The coach called him and told him that he was planning to add another striker. Hearing this, Himura got angry because he had always been the sole striker. The coach ignored his displeasure, but then Tasa threatened the coach that if he added another striker, he would leave the team. The coach had no other option, so he gave Himura 10 minutes. As soon as the second half started, there was a stir among the spectators because Jin was substituted and Sakamoto came on the field in his place, wearing jersey number 17. The Sakan team kicked off and Himura, without any support, alone took the ball forward and shot, but he only got a corner kick. Tasa took the corner and passed the ball to Himura. Himura lived up to the expectations of his teammates, dribbled brilliantly, and scored a magnificent goal. He took off his shirt and celebrated. while Tasa grabbed his head and said that they still had 2 more goals to score. After this, Tasa and Himura's excellent partnership led to the second goal and the score was tied. Now the Saizeki team started feeling the pressure because only 10 minutes were left in the match. The team felt that now they could only rely on Mizuki. Kimishita gained possession of the ball and tried to pass it to Mizuki, but the pass failed. Mizuki didn't complain, which reminded Kimishita of his conversation with Tasa. He began to feel that Mizuki had lied to him and that he had never truly lived up to his expectations. After this, in a match, Tasa provoked Kimishita by saying that if he had given Mizuki a better pass, he might have scored. Kimishita tried to stay calm, but in the next few attacks, he and Mizuki failed to coordinate. Meanwhile, Tasa and Himura scored a third goal, putting the Saizeki team behind again. Kimishita fainted while struggling with Tasa for the ball. He remembered his early days when he was very arrogant and always gave challenging passes to strikers, but Mizuki always managed to catch his passes and score. Now Kimishita started giving some difficult passes with full force, which Mizuki successfully catched every time. Higuchi tried to clear the ball, but then Sakamoto defended it with his face. After this, there was some brilliant passing between Kimishita and Mizuki, which worried the opposing team. Kimishita gave a reliable pass to Mizuki, who scored a goal, leveling the score. Now the entire stadium erupted in cheers, while Jin was angry because he couldn't play. Ubakata angrily threw his collar and told him to raise his head and watch his team play. Then Sakamoto got a golden opportunity, but he hesitated, fearing he would miss the goal. He remembered his old memories, dropping a rubber band in nervousness during an exam, being the first to arrive at the parking lot but getting stuck in the bathroom. Jin now regretted his words and slowly stood up. When Sakamoto got another chance to score a goal, he saw Jin standing behind the goalpost cheering him on. This time, Sakamoto shot without
hesitation and scored a goal. Jin happily ran and hugged Sakamoto. The match ended, and Saijiki's team registered a brilliant victory. Higuchi apologized to Kichai, saying that the insulting things he had said were just a psychological tactic. In reality, he acknowledged Kichai's ability. Hearing this, Kichai's nose swelled. Meanwhile, Tosa praised Kimishita's ability. As they were talking, Mizuki suddenly took off his shirt, which surprised everyone. In reality, Mizuki thought he was going to change his jersey, but that wasn't the case. Tosa also felt that Sakamoto had performed brilliantly and recognized his talent. Captain Mizuki accidentally wore his jersey inside out and praised Sakamoto. Sakamoto was worried about how to apologize to Jin, but then Jin himself came and dragged him to his mother. Seeing this, his mother was also surprised. Both Jin's mother and Sakamoto were hesitant to talk, but then Jin's mother asked about Sakamoto. Sakamoto awkwardly introduced himself as Jin's best friend, which made Jin's mother laugh. After this, Jin introduced himself as merely his classmate and teammate. Then Jin's mother happily blessed him. Before leaving, Jin made his mother promise that she would come to watch his match in the national tournament. His mother happily accepted this promise. The intense summer training ended and Saijiki's team won all their matches. Now they were preparing for the national tournament. Early in the morning, Sakamoto and the first-year players were practicing with full enthusiasm. On the other hand, Jin was sitting in one place due to his injury, waiting to recover quickly. Everyone understood that Sakamoto had now become an important part of the Saijiki team. During practice, Kyushu shouted with enthusiasm and announced the match schedule. In the tournament, the team was divided into 4 groups and all the matches were going to be very tough, especially the Toin school, which had represented the Tokyo region for 5 consecutive years. They were a very strong team. Meanwhile, there was an atmosphere of enthusiasm among the players in other schools as well. Everyone was very excited about this tournament. The coach told the team that this was the third-year players' last chance, so they had to win at all costs this time. As Sakamoto was cycling home, he became emotional, thinking that this would be his last chance to play with his seniors. He and his first-year friends were so tense that they couldn't sleep all night. The tournament had begun. Mizuki gave a brilliant speech to the team which boosted everyone's morale. Kimishita looked at the scoreboard where their team had won the first match, but now they had to win 3 more matches to become national champions. In the next match, the weather was very bad and it was raining heavily. Meanwhile, Kichai was under Ubakata's care because he was badly injured. On the field, the other players were constantly being fouled, and 3 main players from Inyon school were watching this match, but they found this match boring. Now, Ubakata told them that this was the same team that had defeated Toin school in the group stage last year. After this, the coach introduced the players of the Toin team, including Captain Ashima, defender Yahaba, and goalkeeper Ishiguchi. At this time, the team facing Saijiki was not very strong, but due to the rain, they had the advantage of playing unfairly. As soon as Kimishita reached the ball, an opposing team player kicked him in the face. Seeing this, Mizuki got angry and pushed that player, which resulted in him getting another yellow card. Now Mizuki was disqualified from playing the next match. The three players from Toin left the field after seeing this because they realized that Saijiki's team was now in danger. Saijiki's team won the match, but this time the victory celebration was subdued. Mizuki's suspension deeply affected the team. Jin was still recovering from his injury, and Kichai's ankle ligaments were also injured. When Sakamoto expressed his concern to Kichai, Kichai head-butted him but then decided that he would now place all the team's hopes on Sakamoto. Sakamoto accepted this responsibility with full seriousness. On the other hand, the Toin team was analyzing the situation. They felt that Saijiki's situation was very bad now because they would play the next match without their three main strengths. The players of Kawahara High School were having fun watching their team's video, but when they saw Saijiki team's video, they got scared. The next day when Saijiki's team entered the field, the coach was afraid that his players' confidence might waver because they were playing without their three main players. But as soon as they opened the door, they were surprised. The entire team was full of confidence and enthusiasm. Captain Mizuki stood at the door and handed over the captaincy to Sakamoto. The entire team was determined to fulfill Mizuki's unfinished dream and win this match.